Good morning, all of you. How are you? Okay. So today we will start a new topic on the lesson. Yesterday you had seen about the video of conservation of resources. Am I right? Before that you had seen about resources, how the resources is very important to us, and we should conserve it for the future generation. Today we will talk about how to conserve resources or ways to conserve resources. Everyone is saying that you have to conserve the resources. Whatever resources is available, we have to preserve the resources for the future generation. For example, we are using petroleum. For example, we are using coal. But maybe it will finish. We should preserve this. We should conserve these resources. So today we will talk about that how to conserve resources or some ways to conserve resources. So first of all, how can we conserve the resources? The question is coming in our mind. We know that conserving resources and adopting a sustainable lifestyle is the need of our today's hour. Everyone knows that we have used resources in a lot of quantities, but today the time is come to conserve resources because it may finish within a few years, but we have to conserve the resources for the future generation. So everyone is need to a sustainable life is the need of our today's time. We can contribute a great deal if we change personal attitudes and practices towards the environment. How we can conserve resources? By doing practices. We can change our behavior, we can change our practices, and we can adopt a good practices. That way we can conserve the resources. So which type of practices we have to do so we can conserve practices, we can conserve the resources. Today we will talk about it. First of all, if you want to conserve the resources, we have to take a 7 R's. Which are these R's? Let's look here. First is refuse. First R is refuse. So this is the first step towards the sustainable living. These mean refusing the use of single-use plastics and needless products to avoid waste generation. First of all, what you want to do? You have to do refusing. Suppose if you went to the market for buy something, while getting the things from the vendors and he is giving to you plastics, just refuse it. I don't want the plastic. What will happen after the refusing? If you refuse these plastics, so it will not waste. So it is the conservation of resources. For example, refuse the use of plastic straws. Whenever we are going to the hotels, while drinking something, the hotel managers and hotel waiters are providing the straws to us. After 1 week, we can throw them into the garbage. So just refuse this. Request restaurants not to provide disposable curtain, and request it if do not provide it, we can break it. Next, reduce. Next one is reduce. This means bringing down the amount of waste we generate. Do not use a needless thing like a practice, like a plastic. Do not use these things. Just reduce the use of plastics. For example, carry your own water bottle instead of buying bottles water. Suppose you are going to the another village, that time just carry your own bottle for the drink the water. Maybe it will be for steel. Do not buy the water bottle for drinking water. What will happen after drinking? We are just throwing this water to the garbage. Means it's increasing the garbage in our India. So we should reduce this. Use your own bottle, take it with you, go and come. It will safe for your health also. Next, walk or ride a bicycle to school instead of using a car or motorbike. If your school is near, to use the bicycle instead of car and vehicles. Everyone is coming in the school with the help of motorcycle. So we should reduce these things. If your school is near from your home, you can come with the bicycle or you can come with the walking. So we will conserve resources by these ways. Next is that third R is reuse. What is the third R? Reuse. This means using these things multiple times instead of throwing them after a single use. What is it meant? Use the things many times. For example, some things we are using for a single time and just we are throwing. Don't do that. Use the single thing for multiple times. How? For example, choose a reusable products like steel straws rather than single-use plastic ones. I am an example about the straws. Suppose in your home, if you are drinking something with the help of straws, so use the steel straws. So we can clean it and we can reuse it after some time. Like pen. Another thing is this. Wait 1 minute. Another thing is this. Repair machines and appliances instead of buying new ones. Repair machines and appliances instead of buying a new one. Suppose what happens? Sometimes some problems happens in the engine of our motorcycle. What we are thinking? We can buy a new one motorcycle, a bike. Do not do that. Just repair it and use it. Due to this, your bicycle will be not made by the garbage. You can throw in this. So it should not be happen. So you can reuse it. Next, repurpose. This means upcycling products creatively that would otherwise go to waste. Reuse or repurpose. Suppose if something you use before that and after that you can use in another work. For example, you can see upcycling single use of plastic bottles as a planters. Suppose you had brought a water bottle, you drunk the water, so you are just threw this bottle in the garbage. Don't do that. Take a bottle to your home and plant a trees in it. So it is repurpose. We had taken the bottle for drinking. After the use, we use this bottle for planted trees, and we planted trees in it. Likewise, we use the old newspaper as wrapping paper. Suppose in your house there are some papers, newspapers, you are just throwing them into the garbage. Don't do that. You can use these papers for wrapping some things, like, and make a pencil holders from old plastic bottles or tin cans. Like we can carry it. Likewise, we can use the repurpose of this. Next one is recycle. This means turning something old and use this into something new and useful. We can convert this item into the useful items. How? Just take an example about that. Use recycled paper and bottles. Take old material to recycling centers. Recycle plastics to create products like a mat and basket. We can create a new one by making basket. We can recycle it. We can sell into the, for example, you are selling your newspaper to the Raddi. So it will be recycled. So you can make this. What we can see, all these methods of conservation resources are not new. Our parents or grandparents were doing that things. So our parents and grandparents have been following them for years. It is not new thing for us. It is important that we also practice this sustainable lifestyle and don't waste our our precious resources. For example, you can refuse, you can reduce, reuse, repurpose and recycle. These are the 7 R's you have to follow. For what purpose? To conserve your resources. Is it? So, give me the promise. Will you follow that? Yes or no? Will you follow that? 7 R's will you follow? Definitely. I accept the same answer for you. So, follow these 7 R's to reduce the garbage in our country and to conserve the resources. So, once again, within 1 minute, we can revise it what we had done. We had learned about the ways of conservation of resources. So, how we can conserve the resources? We had taken the initial about the 7 R's. Which are the 7 R's? Refuse, just say no to him. Reduce, do not use more plastic. Reuse, if you are using something to reuse, for example steel straw. Repurpose and recycle. By this way, we can conserve the resources. Next question is come. Explain any 4 ways in which humans can conserve resources on daily basis. Suppose question is coming in an exam. This is a question. Explain any 4 ways in which humans can conserve resource on a daily basis. Suppose you can write an answer. Humans can conserve resources on a daily basis by reducing the use of single-use plastics and requesting restaurants not to provide disposable cutlery, bringing down the waste they generate through simple lifestyle changes such as carrying their own water bottles instead of buying bottled water. That is the example of refusing. This is the example of reduce. Reusing things multiple times before throwing it away. It is the type of reuse. And repurposing old things like a newspaper as a wrapping paper. Okay, you can write the answer like this. Here only and before they ask, we are done. Okay, so I hope that you had learned from this video. Okay, so goodbye. We will meet tomorrow. Thank you.